In this video, I'll be breaking down the basics of understanding Italian wines. This video is part of a larger series where I'll be diving deep into all 20 Italian wine regions. Italian wine can be overwhelming, to say the least. There's so many different varietals. It's the largest wine producing region in Europe, and they've been producing wines for thousands of years. So where do you begin? Well, understanding the wine label and a little bit of geography could make you the smartest person in the room when it comes to figuring out Italian wines. The biggest obstacle to wrap your head around first when understanding Italian wines is realizing that Italian wines are named after their location and not the varietal type. What's that mean? For example, here in the US, we have Cabernet Sauvignon, Pinot Noir, Merlot, Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc, and they are grown and they come from all over the place. But in Italy, when you're talking about a wine, you're talking about its location. So before I start getting into confusing Italian words, let's keep in the US here for a second. Napa Valley is one of the best wine growing regions in California, and they produce some of the best Cabernet Sauvignon. But if this was Italy, what we might see is something like rather than going into your wine bar and asking for a Cabernet Sauvignon, you might say, could I have a Napa Valley Red? Now this Napa Valley Red would be made of 100% Cabernet Sauvignon from Napa Valley, which is in California. Okay, so in Italy, this same rule applies. So perfect example is Chianti. Chianti is a location, a region, that is within the larger Tuscany wine region. So the grape here is not Chianti. The grape used, one of many grapes used in a Chianti, is Sangiovese. Okay, does that kind of make sense? So location, Chianti zone, area within Tuscany, which is a wine region within the 20 wine regions of Italy. While there certainly are some exceptions to this, most notably is Pinot Grigio. Pinot Grigio is the most popular white wine of Italy, and it is grown everywhere. And if it says Pinot Grigio on the label, that is not a location, that is the grape. While there are 20 very unique Italian wine regions, there is one thing they all have in common, and that is a labeling classification that helps us understand the quality of wine we are purchasing. The 4 Italian wine classifications in order of least quality to highest quality are Vino da Tavola, or VDT. This is a wine without a location. It means table wine. Usually they remain in Italy as they are fairly low quality. Next up is Indicazione Geografica Tipica, or IGT. The grapes in this category should come from the IGT region stated on the bottle, and these wines do not adhere to as strict of the guidelines as the next two. However, there can be some excellent wines found in this category. It just may take some investigation. The next level is Denominazione di Origine Controllata, or DOC. This translates to Designation of Controlled Origin. The DOC not only require very specific location, but also what grapes can be used if adding different grapes, the maximum harvest yields, and aging requirement. You should see this label around the neck of the bottle as a guarantee. Denominazione di Origine Controllata e Garantita. This is the gold standard of wines in Italy, the highest level of quality. DOCG wines take it to the next level of guaranteeing the quality in the bottle. They are not merely grown in accordance with the strict rules. They actually must pass a wine quality tasting panel. There are currently 74 DOCG wines in Italy. And here's an example of what you would see on a wine label. Two other items worth mentioning you may see on a wine label that could be confusing are Reserva and Superiore. Reserva, this means a wine has aged an additional 2 years or longer than required. And Superiore, this only means that a wine has at least 0.5% higher alcohol content than the regular wine from the region. As I mentioned earlier in the video, this intro to Italian wines is just the beginning of an Italian wine series where I'll be diving deep into all 20 Italian wine regions and highlighting some of the best wines of each region, as well as sharing some authentic food pairings. That's right, I'm going to be cooking some Italian recipes to go with the wines. So if you found value in this video, I hope you smash the like button, subscribe, and thank you for joining me in my cellar, and I will see you next time. Ci vediamo. Salute.